Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is June 6, 2025, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, it's still drama in the White House. Now, yesterday, Trump and Elon Musk separated ways, and then the jabbing started. Tesla, as a result, tumbles. But first, looking at today, major economic event at 2:30 South African time. Non-Farm Payroll coming out from the United States at 2:30, that is. And looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the British pound slides versus the US dollar, while some of the other major are holding their strength. And looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and NASDAQ really unchanged day to day. Now looking at commodities, oil is trading on its resistance-ish level. And looking at stock, Microsoft, although Tesla sold off, Microsoft is showing some strength. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it did slide, but then bounced right back. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. Here's the GBP USD. Now it is sliding and some of the others are not. And this is why it's raising some hairs. Now it is sliding to supportish level, at least in the interim, okay? Because we do have supportish level right about right there where that red line is. 35-ish area. We're only about 20 pips away from it. So just keep that in mind. We may get a bounce. Now if we look at some of the others, the Canadian dollar actually getting stronger versus US dollar. Now that is following up. It slid a little bit stronger versus the dollar, but really nothing to write home about. GBP, Japanese yen is actually just trading in a very tight range, just bouncing off of these areas. And if we look at the euro, now this is very important because the euro is super strong. So let's take a look at it just in one moment. Let it just populate just to take its time here. There we go. Populating here. Now it isn't at resistance-ish level, but it is in a minor resistance-ish level. It's not on its highs of 115.68, but is at 114.33, which is resistance-ish level. So just keep that in mind that it is showing still strength here. Now jumping into commodities, crude oil trading on resistance-ish area right here. Now it inched higher this week, okay, but been really in a tight range, okay, altogether. So I do expect somewhat of a sell-off here, okay, so that's my next move with it. Now looking at the US markets, didn't do much, okay, it's summer trading. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ, also just slight gains, but it's really just trading in a very tight range. However, there we go, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla yesterday tanked over 14%. Now, you knew this was going to happen. At some point, when you have such alpha type of personalities, Elon Musk on one side, Donald Trump on the other side, and they're butting heads, and they disagree, but yet the boss is, Donald Trump, and he decides what happens, appreciated Elon Musk for doing what he did, and it didn't end up well, and now it's going to get ugly. And sure enough, who's going to win? Donald Trump, because he's the president. So Tesla got hit out of all of this. Now it's the news, okay? In the mandate, the tax bill, it kind of omitted the EV mandate. So, some of the subsidies or some of the incentives for electric cars are not going to be there. And that's what happened to Tesla this morning, in a long story short. All right, so it's just a news reaction. It doesn't mean that we're going to be selling off forever. So just keep that in mind, all right? We are looking at Tesla, and I do expect a bounce off of it. Now, on the flip side, let's take a look at Microsoft because it's back on its highs, okay? Just a couple of points off of it, 467, and still moving higher on a daily basis. So I'd like to see if this retraces catches the same cold that Tesla has or not, okay? Because Tesla has that ability to actually affect the markets as well. And if we look at some of the other major companies out there like Facebook, which has been super strong, did retrace yesterday. So let's take a look if we do have that later today. Now we are in summer trading, so just take it easy. Okay, now looking at Bitcoin, we did slide yesterday. We've been trading at that 105-ish level, just shy of it, 105,500-ish level. Now we did slide lower, and once we broke that 104, we capitulated to 100,000, and then it jumping off of that 100,000, 1 and 2. For right now, we're getting weaker. Okay, so you want to short the bounces at the best opportunity to do so. We're not confirmed that we have a downwards trend because we only have two lower points, lower highs or lower lows, and we don't have a confirmation of the third one, but we do look like we're kind of in shaky bounds, especially as we're going into the summer. So keep that in mind. So this is Fed Razak. Want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.